The other argument people made is that, or continue to make, is that the movie only won a nomination, I think 7 total nominations, but the nomination for Best Picture in particular, the only reason why that movie won is because of political correctness and identity politics. So my thing is like, look, ever since this country's been since its inception, it's always been about identity politics. When the Ku Klux was hanging brown people, black people, when Hollywood was all white, that wasn't identity politics. But when it's a black movie or an Asian movie or whatever, all of a sudden that's identity politics. Or when it's about gay people or people of the LGBTQ community, it's identity politics. Let's be honest, it's all identity politics. So, you know, when La La won that one year when it was Oscars So White, I didn't hear the other side that's talking really loud right now. I didn't hear them talking about how that was political, how that did not represent LA in one bit. LA's not like that. That's some weird fantasy version of what LA should be. So again, literally everything is political. All movies are political. If you're getting mad that this movie's political, it does make me think, why are you so much more mad about this movie than other movies? And again, you know, it's like, it reminds me of affirmative action. Like, black people are only great when we get handouts from white people or when it's only about race. Like, so to me, that makes me think that you can't see things past race. Because yes, it's a black movie, but why is that the only thing that you're focused on? You're not focused on anything else about that movie. You're just focused on the blackness. The next argument, and I'm gonna just keep it real simple. People are really like, well, how could the Oscars do this? I lost all faith in the Oscars. First off, who cares about the Oscars? If you're a really woke person and if you understand how things are going and how the world works, you shouldn't be looking to Hollywood for that anyway. I mean, I get it. Certain things in Hollywood are cool, like especially getting represented for people like me who are part of marginalized groups. However, who gives a fuck about the Oscars? Another argument, and this is not necessarily an argument people are making, but this is a rebuttal I kind of have, is that there's this whole DC versus Marvel thing. I've gotten into so many conversations with Marvel fans, and Marvel fans will stick up for every single Marvel movie, even if it sucks. But it's kind of interesting how this is the one Marvel movie that they're not standing up for. Again, you stand up for every other Marvel movie, even those horrible Thor movies. I've seen people talk about how great that is. Like, people go hard. But when it comes to Black Panther, people will, even the craziest Marvel fans will find any way to nitpick about this movie. It makes me wonder. And also, the other point I want to make too is that, have you noticed that the people who don't like Black Panther or say it shouldn't be nominated, they literally have nothing positive to say about the movie. It's almost like the whole movie was just absolute garbage. Like, it was like, it's almost like the movie was the worst movie ever made. They can't even sit there and say like, okay, I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was that great, but I thought it was good. And I liked A, B, and C, and I didn't like, you know, la 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 la. But they don't do that, do they? They just say it completely sucks. Makes you wonder. Another argument that people will make is that, you know, other movies didn't get Oscar nominations. Other comic movies didn't get Oscar nominations, but that is wrong. Now, Black Panther, from my knowledge, is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Black Panther was the only one to get nominated for Best Picture, but plenty of other movies did get nominated. And I do believe that The Dark Knight received 8 total nominations. Again, it didn't get the Best Picture nomination, but it got a lot of nominations in the Oscars. So this outrage as though like this movie has been lifted to like such an extreme level, I think is a bit unwarranted. So here are some of the movies that have been nominated, at least gotten one nomination at the Oscars. You got Superman 1941, 1978, Batman 1989, Batman Returns, Spider-Man, this is the first one in 2002, Batman Begins, Superman Returns, which was, whew, let's not even talk about that, and then The Dark Knight. So again, not the best picture, but it's there. So all in all, I do think that this movie deserves criticism. Yes, it does. But saying it sucked, it just doesn't cut it. The movie did not suck. My thing is like, look, you can feel however you want to feel, but just make sure you're fair all across the board. I've just noticed that this movie has gotten a lot of nitpicking more so than other movies. Now, yes, it might have gotten elevated to a certain extent, but to act like this is only like some political operative conspiracy theory is a bit over the top, because there are a lot of people who actually like this movie who are just regular people. There's a reason why the movie did well worldwide, brought in $1 billion. I'm not the type that thinks that just because a movie makes money that it's great or deserves awesome praise, but it is a factor. So just make sure that the same criticism and the same harshness that you're giving Black Panther, you give all other DC and Marvel movies. And I'm talking about Marvel fans. I want you to look at other Marvel movies and series and be critical of them in the same way, and same with DC. I want you to look at other DC, not even DC, because DC is really not, I haven't even heard a lot of DC fans going hard, possibly, but yeah, whatever. If you are a DC fan, criticize your DC movies and series and all that stuff the same way. So I'm gonna leave that there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I appreciate everybody for listening and for hanging in here that long. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. I'm sure I'm gonna get a lot of thumbs downs because I don't have an army set up yet, but that's fine. Go ahead, interact and engage with my page. I appreciate that. If you like content like this, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notifications bell so you'll be updated when I post new videos. And as always, stay woke and Wakanda forever.